Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining in this evening for the webinar organized by Stella Mary's College and Miles Education. Today's webinar is on Certified Public Accountant (CPA), USCA, a globally certified accounting profession which assures global accreditation as well as highness in terms of pay, status, fame, and in different sectors. So this is an area where we can achieve a professional as well as personal success. That is CPA is assured. Aveshalla Mary's College is a self-financing college affiliated to Mahatma Gandhi University, which is located in Ramamangalam, Piravam in Ernakulam district. And Miles Education is also one of the pioneer institutions in educating students and youth in professional development, especially in terms of accounting and digital technologies. So Aveshalla Mary's College and Miles have been collaborating to implement CPA, Certified Public Accounting course in Kerala at the first time. So Aveshalla Mary's College is the first institute in Kerala, to my knowledge, offering BCom, full-time BCom along with CPA. We have with us Mr. Mani. He is the lead of Miles Education. He is joining from Chennai. And we have Mohammed Hasif. He is also the coordinator of Kerala from the Miles. And we will be having a detailed interaction about what is the prospect of CPA, what kind of job is in the pipeline, what is the salary, what is the eligibility, how we can do CPA along with BCom, what are the opportunities in India and abroad, so on and so forth. Before starting, let me introduce myself. My name's Paul B. Matthew. I'm principal of Aveshalla Mary's College. I think some of my members have also joined in this conversation. So I think Mani will be introducing in detail about CPA. Mr. Michael Wagner, Vice President of Miles, was supposed to join, but due to some family emergency, he is not able to join in this evening. But Mani is also equally an expert in this area, having lots of experience and engagement in the sector of accounting and CPA. So this year, in first time in Kerala, Aveshalla Mary's College is offering Certified Public Accounting course along with BCom, and also digital technology, BCom in data analytics, which is certified by KPMG and in association with Miles Education, which will be rolling out in the next year. Means it will be starting by August 2022. Not August, September, first week of September, we will start the classes. So before that, we are going to introduce about CPA. What is CPA? What is the possibility? How it can be beneficial to upcoming generation? What is the global mobility? And so on and so forth. So I open the room to Mr. Mani. He'll be giving a lots of idea about CPA. Welcome, Mani, on this webinar.
Thank you very much, Dr. Paul, sir. And first of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity provided to us to give the detailed information about the CPA program. As you likely mentioned, a CPA is one of the global professional certification. And students, before I just start, I just give you a small brief about the CPA and what we do exactly and the benefits. So I'm sure you guys heard about UGC, right? United Grants Commission. So they have announced the autonomous colleges as well as the universities, a student, whether a person who will be doing an undergraduate program, whether he or she, before when they complete their actual graduation, if they have one or two more certification in their hand, that adds more value. So that is what Stella Mary's College has started with this BCom along with CPA. So as a student, you will be getting a knowledge about the BCom as well as you will be getting a knowledge on CPA. CPA is one of the world largest accounting qualification in the world. So the full form of CPA is Certified Public Accountant. So if I'm not wrong, in India, you heard about CA, Chartered Accountant, right? This is one of the leading awarding body in India. So this CA in India, Chartered Accountant, will be awarded by ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, right? Similar to that, in US, we call it as Certified Public Accountant. So the CPA will be awarded by a awarding body called AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. So what is the difference? So CPA is the certification and AICPA is the awarding body. So in order to make it very easy, so you are doing your BCom with Stella Maris, right? Where you'll be getting a degree, but the degree will be awarded by the Kerala University, right? The NG University. The similar to where the certification will be provided called as CPA, Certified Public Accountant, and this will be awarded by AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. So what I'm going to do is, in order to make it very easier for each and every one of us, I'm going to share my screen. So Asif, once if you see my screen, please let me know.
Yeah, sure.
And before that, students, if you have any doubts or any questions related to the discussion, what we are going to have, you are feel free to ask any doubts, okay? Because this forum has been set for you guys. Because Stella Maris College has taken initiative to do this session for you only. So this forum is completely for yours. So any doubts or anything, please feel free to ask any doubts or questions. We are here to happy to answer all your questions. So Asif, once if you see my screen, please let me know so I can just.
Yeah, now it is visible.
All right. So today, as Sir said, we are going to discuss about the US CPA. So before that, a small brief about Miles. Miles is the platinum training provider for US CMA and CPA. And for the Stella Maris College, as well as for Miles Education, our vision is to upskilling the students to become future ready. So that is our main motto. So that's the reason we are in a collaborative approach where we will be providing the BCom with US CPA for you guys. So actually, he is Mr. Michael Wagner. He was about to join for today's session due to some family emergency. He couldn't able to join. So he's the Vice President of Miles Education. So you'll be heading the IR, Institutional Relations. So this is about Miles Education. So this is one of the largest higher edtech companies in India. And it was founded by Harvard and Stanford alumni, Mr. Varun Jain. So we can directly get into the program. So as we said earlier, CPA, Certified Public Accounting, is one of the largest accounting qualification. And most of the students in India and the professionals in India are the alumni of Miles Education. Almost, if you see that 80% of the alumni are from Miles Education, because we have started our journey 10 years back. This is our 11th year. So we have been trained more than 10,000 members of the accounting persons, and most of the people in India as well as abroad are the alumni of Miles. And the pass rate of Miles Education for the US CPA will be 85%. And in the third point, we have mentioned 240% placement rate. Is anyone guess what this means? 240% placement rate. So 240% placement എന്താണെന്ന് അറിയാവോ? So ആരെങ്ങൾക്ക് ആൻസർ തെരിയെങ്കിൽ പറയാം. 240% placement rate. Even for the wrong answer also not an issue. I just want to have it's a two-way communication. So any of us who are here, if anybody knows what is meant by 240%, you can just answer. All right. So the 240% is a person who is doing the CPA program along with the BCom, okay? This public accounting qualification, once if you're done with this qualification, you will be getting an opportunity. That means the offers, you will be having minimum of 2.4 offers that you have just with the knowledge of this program. Because this program deals with the US GAAP, IFRS, as well as you will be getting their information and the knowledge about the taxation regulations, business environment and concepts, as well as the financial accounting and reporting. So this will give you the huge opportunities to work in the top big fours. So the big four, in the sense, it's one of the top MNC companies. The reason why they term the big four is called, these are the companies who will be doing the accounting and taxation for not only for India, for the abroad. So the big four means, I will show it in the next slide who are big fours, why they name it as big four here. So a person who does the CPA program, certified public accountant, he or she will be getting an opportunity where they will be getting an opportunity to work with the big fours and the top MNC and the top accounting firms. A minimum, before writing the exam itself, they will be getting an opportunity to have a minimum of 2.4% of offer letters. That's the reason here we have mentioned 240% placement rate. So now, as I said earlier, a CPA is the name of the certification, right? And a person who will be awarding the certification is called American Institute of CPA. We call it as AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. So this is in US. In India, for the CA, they call it as ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. But in US, they call it as AICPA. Both are equivalent for auditing and taxation. So now, here, this CPA is equivalent to Indian CA. But what is the difference? Why US CPA, not Indian CA? That I will just give you the clear picture in the next slide. So US CPA, if you guys want, you can make a note. US CPA has only 4 exams. So US CPA has only 4 exams. And I can tell you what are the name of the exams and how it works and what is the duration of the exams and the pass percentage in the next slide. So, as we discussed earlier, in India, they call it as CA, Chartered Accountant, and in UK, they call it as ACCA. And in US, we call it as CPA. Why? What is the difference? Here, we are not competing with Indian CA or UK ACCA. Here, we are give you benefits and advantages of US CPA. And the best part here is, if you notice in Indian CA, if you want to become a Chartered Accountant of India, you have to take up 16 exams. So you're already doing your BCom. Apart from your BCom, you have to clear 16 exams, 16 papers. It will take a minimum of 5 years to complete all the 16 exams. Similar to UK ACCA. ACCA has 14 exams, 14 papers to become a ACCA, and it will take a minimum of 3 to 4 years to complete the ACCA certification. But for US CPA, we have only 4 papers. Apart from your regular BCom, what you're doing with the Absalom Harris College, you have to do only 4 exams, just 4 papers to become a certified public accountant. So this is one of the major advantage, because instead of, how, as it's one of the largest accounting qualification, the CA, the weightage and all, right? So clearing 16 exams, instead of you clear only 4 exams, so that is easy for the students where they can be a certified public accountant. And also the job opportunities are also very high, not only in India as well as in abroad. Got it? So that's the reason the advantage number 1 is for the US CPA has only 4 exams, only 4 papers, and this can be completed within 3 years of time. Got it? If you want, you can just make a note of this. Now, second, as Dr. Paul sir has said, there are a lot of global mobility options for the person who can work in the abroad, US and Canada. not only in US and Canada, if you want to work in the Middle East, apart from India, I'm talking about. So there are high in demand for this US CPA. That's the reason our vision, Stella Medis College and Miles Education, our vision is to make sure that we want our students to get knowledge of this US CPA, and you have to clear all the exams to get an opportunity to work in the top big firms. So the second advantage is opportunities to work in the accounting and finance firm is very high, not only in India, even across the globe. And as we said earlier, US CPA has 4 exams, right? So these are the 4 exams. If you see the second second slide, accounting, in brackets, it's mentioned as FAR. It's nothing like finance and accounting and reporting. So the first paper will be financial accounting and reporting. That's what they called as FAR. And the second paper will be auditing. Auditing is called as a AUD in the short form. So the second paper will be auditing. And the third paper will be taxation and regulation. And the fourth paper will be business, environment, and concepts. So in brackets, can you see BEC? It is nothing like business, environment, and concepts. These are the 4 exams, 4 papers that you have to take it up to become a certified public accountant from AICPA. Again, I'm repeating you, the advantage number 1 is US CPA has only 4 exams. And second thing is you have huge global mobility options because this is one of the world largest accounting qualification. And third one is you have only 4 papers. The 4 papers are financial accounting and reporting, auditing, taxation, as well as business, environment, and concepts. Now, so here, normally in Indian CEA, if you are doing it, you will be having the levels, foundation, intermediate, as well as final. So you have 3 different levels. But in US CPA, that's only 1 level where you have to clear all the 4 exams. It's clear? And so what we do here exactly in CPA is we have to make sure that whatever the gaps where the company is looking for, we are here to fulfill those needs to become a certified public accountants where you will be getting an opportunity to work in the top big firms. So as we said earlier, these exams for the US CPA happened in US and in the Middle East, like Dubai and Singapore. But now we have to thank the pandemic. So with this pandemic, where the exams for the US CPA, in order to get the accounting license, happening in India itself. So it's not that you don't have to travel to take up these 4 exams in the US or in the Middle East. You will be getting an opportunity to work in India as well as in the foreign countries. At the same time, you can take up the exams in India itself. So here, if you notice that what kind of companies that I will be getting an opportunity. For example, if I'm doing a US CPA, so what are the fields where I'm getting an opportunity to work? So for example, if you talk about, because since we already mentioned here you are going to deal with US GAAP. GAAP in the sense, GAAP sense, in the sense it's a generally accepted accounting principles. So you will be getting an opportunity with the top MNCs in India like Tata Motors, HDFC, ICICI, Infosys, Wipro. And if a person who want to get in the auditing firms, as I just keep telling about the big 4s, right? If you see in the third para, it's clearly mentioned the big 4 companies are Deloitte, EY, Ernst & Young, KPMG, and PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. These are the 4 top big 4 companies where you can get an opportunity to work as an auditing and taxation firm. And apart from this, you're also getting an opportunity to work in the finance and accounting companies like Accenture, Genpact, Capgemini, etc. So again, I'm repeating you, opportunities are very high and demand is very high, but we are looking for the supply. So that's the reason we have been collaborated with Amsterdam Mary's College to provide you a BCom along with the CPA, Certified Public Accountant. So these are the companies where the Miles has been tied up with for the accounting and finance firm. As I said, you can see in the top four, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, and PwC. And now BDO is also added as one of the big fives. So these are the companies where Miles has been tied up. So the jobs opportunities, as we discussed in India, are very high. So the only thing is you have to be very focused, and you are getting the one of the wonderful qualification with Amsterdam Mary's to provide you degree with the international qualification US CPA. So since you already chosen the right options today, where you will be getting the one of the best qualification in the world. Now, these are some of the colleges where we have been tied up, and we are doing it in all the places because we, as I said, we are in this industry for the last 10 years. So we have been doing with almost approximately all the universities and top colleges in India. So in order to give you in detail, as we discussed earlier, we have 4 papers, right? So you can see that in the financial accounting and reporting, it's the paper 1, where you will be dealing with US GAAP and IFRS. And in the auditing and attestation, where you will be trained on auditing standard and the procedures, and the taxation and regulation, where you will be dealing with US tax and law. And finally will be business, environment, and concepts, BEC. This is completely based on the business transactions. Now, what will be the exam durations, how the questions will be, looks like when you're taking up the exam. So each and every paper, all the 4 papers, you will be having a duration of 4 hours. 4 hours will be the testing duration. For the financial accounting and reporting, for this 4 hours, you will be asked 50% will be the multiple choice, which will be the MCQ, and the 50% will be simulations. Similar to way auditing and attestation as the same thing, 50% multiple choice questions will be asked and 50% simulations. And regulations will be the same, 50% multiple choice and 50% simulations. But for the business, environment, and concepts, where you have 4 hours of exam, where you will be having MCQs, 50% will be MCQs, 35% will be simulations, and 15% will be the written communication. So, except the first 3, only for the last paper, the durations of the exam will be same 4 hours, but the only difference is you will be having 35% will be simulations and 15% will be written communication. So this MCQs, which I meant is nothing like, it's like a choose the correct answers. It's an objective pattern. So if you look into the bottom, so all the first 3 papers has the objective pattern for the first 3, which is 100% objective. Even the 50% simulation also will be in the objective type. Only for the business, environment, and concepts, you have 85% will be multiple choice question and 15% will be the essay type. So what will be the passing score? So the passing score of each part will be part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. You have to secure 75% out of 100. So the passing score will be 75%. Got it? And the global pass percentage will be 45% and above. So this is the global pass rate. Now, here in the 4th point, it shows 18 months to clear the exam. What does that mean? So you have 4 papers, and the best part is you can take any one of these 4 papers. For example, if you want to take financial accounting and reporting, you can do it first. Or if you want to take up auditing and attestation, you can take up any one of these 4 papers. If you want, you can take as per your wish. But once if you clear the first paper, within 18 months of the time, you have to clear the rest of the 3 papers. For example, if I'm taking up financial accounting and reporting by today, So within 18 months, you have to take up the rest of the 3 papers. It's clear? That is what the 4th point has mentioned. 18 months to clear from date of clearing the first exam. For example, if you want to take up the 3rd paper, regulations, you can very well take up the 3rd paper. After clearing the 3rd paper, you have to take up the rest of the papers. The financial accounting, reporting, auditing, and administration of business environment concepts. Within 18 months, you have to clear after clearing the date of clearing the first exam. It's clear? Now, when can I take up the exam? So the best part is, as I said earlier, previously, before COVID, before pandemic, the exams has to be taken up either in Dubai or Middle East or US or Canada. But now you can take up the exams in India any time of the weekdays of the year. Any time throughout the year, you are eligible to take up the exam. It's clear? So any doubts as of now for this? So as of now, we have discussed about US CPA. US CPA has only 4 exams. And these 4 exams can be taken anytime throughout the year. And the third thing is you can take up this exam in India or Middle East or US or anywhere. And the duration of the exams will be 4 hours for each and every paper. And the passing score will be 75% on each part. And the first 3 papers, financial accounting and reporting, odd and regulations, carries 100% objective type. And for the business environment and concepts as 85% objective and 15% written communication. Any questions or any doubts as of now? So before we can get into this, how these 4 papers will be taught and how this will be integrated in your subjects, that will be discussed in the next slide. Before that, students, any questions or any doubts, or if you want to have any clarity on any of these, please let us know. So Dr. Paul sir, on behalf of the students, if you have any questions also, you can very well ask. Yeah. Perfect, sir. Anyhow, at the end, I'm going to just recap everything. So as of now, students, we have just discussed only on about the CPA and the exams and the duration, what are the papers. Now, how this CPA is going to embedded with your regular BCom. So that is what we are going to see in the next slide. So as everyone knows, for BCom, you have 3 years of study and you have 6 semesters, right? Semester 1 to semester 6. How we are going to do this in your curriculum? So if I'm not wrong, students, so every semester you have minimum of 5 to 6 subjects, if I'm not wrong, okay? So one of the papers, so as we discussed, we have 4 papers, 4 exams to do your CPA, right? What we do is, we are going to divide these 4 exams into 5 subjects. On the left-hand side, what you can see in the blue color, it's the name of the paper, which we have discussed in the previous slide, right? We are going to segregate these 4 papers into 5 subjects in order to make it very easier. So how we are going to do is, in semester 1 to semester 5, we are going to segregate these 4 papers into 5 subjects. For example, in the semester 1, it will be International Financial Accounting 1, followed by semester 2, International Financial Accounting 2, International Auditing in the 3rd sem, in the 4th sem, International Taxation, and in the 5th sem, International Finance. So we will be covering these 4 parts of the CPA papers into 5 subjects, which will be segregated into 5 semesters, semester 1 to semester 5. Then you might be wondering, so what we can do in the semester 6? I will come up that point. So again, I'm repeating you, 4 exams. In order to make it very easier, we have segregating this four papers into 5 subjects. This 5 subjects to be integrated with the BCom curriculum, where you will be trained on all these 5 papers by our industry experts starting from semester 1 to semester 5. All right. So this 5 papers, what you are going to get while doing this 5 papers. So what are the additional things, materials that you are going to get it apart from your training? Number 1, through Miles Education, we will be delivering all these 5 subjects with our industry experts. So the training will be done by us along with the college. Second, you will be getting the study materials, books of all these 4 exams through Miles Education. Number 3, you will be getting the LMS, Learning Management Tool. Because whatever that you study, you need some information through video, right? As well as for practice to prepare for the exams. You will be getting the LMS access online for each and every students. We will be creating a separate username and the password. And then whatever that you're getting as a material in handy, physical books, hard copy, you will be getting the information will be uploaded in the online platform also. And apart from that, you will be getting an opportunity to get the information, whatever Mr. Varun Jain is one of the leading global instructor of US CPA and CMA, and he is our founder. He himself is a faculty. He himself will be a global instructor. You will be getting an opportunity to listen to his videos as well as the audios of all the 4 exams, 4 papers. So that's the reason, apart from the study materials, you will be getting the LMS access. And apart from this Miles material, you will be getting in the materials from CPA also for the books. So what you are going to get, number 1, you will be getting an opportunity to trained by the industry person from Miles, industry person who has done CPA, who will come and deliver. Second one is you will be getting the test bank access, which is the LMS platform. And third thing is you will be getting the study materials from Miles as well as from the CPA. So any questions, any doubts as of now, you can just make a note. Okay, so once I complete the slide, we will just have the Q&A session. And apart from this, once if you clear all the 4 exams, as I said, you don't need us. Automatically, you will be getting an opportunity to work with the top big firms. All right? Because that much value that you're going to have by doing this CPA. Because again, I'm just reiterating and repeating you students, this is one of the world largest qualification that you're going to have. So once if you have the knowledge, because you are going to have the knowledge during your semester 1 to semester 5, and these 4 exams you are going to take it up after completing your graduation. Because if you want to become a CPA, certified public accountant, you should have the graduation degree. So you are going to take up this exam only after graduating from Stella College. And when it comes to job opportunities, you don't need a Miles support or Stella support. Automatically, with the knowledge itself, you will be getting an opportunity to work in the big firms. Now, so the person who is on the left-hand side will be Mr. Varun Jain. He is our CEO, and he himself is a global instructor. And the person who is on the right-hand side is Mr. Vikas Gupta. He is the chairman. So if you go to YouTube, automatically you can get the YouTube, the videos from Mr. Varun Jain, it automatically pops up most of the times. Whenever you get into YouTube, you can just, even if you want to type, you can type CMA and CPA Varun Jain. You can get the YouTube videos, lot of YouTube videos will be there, automatically it pops up. So as I said, in the online LMS access, so we will be uploading all the subjects, part 1 to part 4, all the subject videos which has been taken directly by Mr. Varun Jain, where we will be uploading it on your LMS portal. So apart from the training, what we are going to give you at your college, you can also getting an opportunity to learn and enhance your skills by watching the videos. So this is what we have discussed earlier. Now, so you might be wondering, sir, you are telling that we can get the knowledge by doing our semester 1 to semester 5. Before, when we are getting graduated, we will be having enough knowledge on US CPA, but we are going to take up the exam only after graduation. So what will be the motivating factor, or what will be the benefit that we are going to get it? So definitely these questions will be running on your mind, right? So as the awarding body, AACPA will be rolling out the certification in the topics of audit staff essentials and tax staff essentials. These are the important certifications which will be rolled out by AACPA directly when you are completing your 5th SEM. By completing a 5th SEM, we will be completing all your portions of 4 papers, which is FAR, Financial Accounting and Reporting, Auditing and Attestation, Regulation, as well as the Business Environment and Concepts. Why again I'm repeating these 4 papers? Because as a student, you should know what papers you are going to study. So once if you're done with all the 5 papers, at the end of the semester 5 or in the beginning of semester 6, we will be conducting an exams, and AACPA will be providing you the certification on these 2 before when you get graduated. Now, if you just recollect, I used the word in the beginning of my call. I just mentioned that as a UGC has announced that a person who will be doing undergraduates, whether it's a BCom or any degree, if he or she will be completing, before when they complete graduation, if they hold any kind of additional certification, that adds more value, right? That's the reason we have come up with this concept, because even though you're going to take up the exams after graduating, before when you get graduated, you will be getting the certification on these 2, audit staff essentials, tax staff essentials. This itself will give you more value and more credibility, where you will be getting an opportunity to work in the top big firms. Any questions? Students, any questions or any doubts before we can get into the examinations? So again, I'm just recap whatever we discussed as of now. Number 1, CPA has 4 exams, 4 papers. These 4 exams, you are going to write it only after graduation. While completing of graduations, you will be getting an opportunity to get a certificate from AACPA, one of the largest awarding body on audit staff essentials and tax staff essential. And the duration of each and every part of the exams will be 4 hours. And the first 3 papers as the multiple choice question, which is 100% objective type. For the business environment and concepts, it's 85% objective and 15% written communication. And the passing score of each part will be 75%. So and the best thing is you can take up this exam any part of the year during the weekdays. You can take up the exam, and you can take up the exam not only in India, in the Middle East or US or Canada, any part of the world, you can take up the exams. So any questions or any doubts? Students, now this forum is for yours. Any doubts or any questions? Please, you can ask. We are happy to answer all your questions. Students, now we open for the Q&A session. So before I can get into the examinations part, if you have any questions, you can please ask. So can I take it as that you have got all the information required for CPA, or you didn't get the information? So can I assume myself that you have got all the information of the US CPA program? Yes or no? If it's yes means I'm very happy. If it's no means, if you have any questions, please ask. Or if you want, you can just use the chat window. You can just post your questions in the chat box, where I will be happy to answer your questions. And again, I'm just repeating you, this is one of the biggest qualification that you're going to have along with your BCom with Stella College. So it's a wonderful opportunity for you guys where you have just chosen the right career path. That's what I can say. And also, whenever if you get a free time, you can always log into your online, which is Google, and you can search for the CPA qualifications where you will get more information and also the job opportunities. So, Dr. Paul, sir, any questions from your side on behalf of the students? If you have, we'll be happy to answer. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ഒരു അവസരമാണ് നമുക്ക് ഓരോരുത്തർക്കും ലഭിക്കുന്നത്. നമുക്കറിയാം CA കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരുപക്ഷെ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ മാത്രമാണ് ജോലി ചെയ്യുവാൻ സാധിക്കുക. എന്നാൽ CPA കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വിദേശത്ത്, എസ്പെഷ്യലി USA, കാനഡ, ജർമ്മനി, ഗൾഫ് രാജ്യങ്ങൾ തുടങ്ങിയ വിവിധ രാജ്യങ്ങളിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ US ബേസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കമ്പനീസ് ഉള്ള രാജ്യങ്ങളിലെല്ലാം ജോലി ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കും എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഒരു പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട പ്രത്യേകത. മാത്രമല്ല CPA പൂർത്തിയാക്കിയാൽ 100% ജോബ് അഷുറൻസ് ആണ് നമ്മൾ ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സ്റ്റാർട്ടിംഗ് സാലറി 8 lakhs per annum ആണ് നമ്മൾ ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്ന സാലറി. ഇപ്പോൾ മിസ്റ്റർ മണി കാണിച്ചിരുന്നു KPMG, EY, ഡിലോയിറ്റ്, PwC, BDO തുടങ്ങിയ ബിഗ് 5 കമ്പനീസ്, പല ഒട്ടുമിക്ക അക്കൗണ്ടിംഗ് ഉദ്യോഗാർത്ഥികളും ഡ്രീം കമ്പനീസായി സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന കമ്പനികളാണ് ബിഗ് 5 കമ്പനീസ്. ആ കമ്പനികളിൽ ജോലി ലഭിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും വളരെ ഉന്നതമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്രൊഫഷണൽ കരിയർ അഷ്വർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്ത്യയിലാണെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ ഈ പറയുന്ന എല്ലാ കമ്പനികളും ഉണ്ട്. ബിഗ് 5s മാത്രമല്ല, മൾട്ടിനാഷണൽ US ബേസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ട് ധാരാളം കമ്പനികൾ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ കൊച്ചിയിലും തിരുവനന്തപുരത്തും മറ്റ് പല മെട്രോപൊളിറ്റൻ സിറ്റീസിലും ഉള്ളതാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു ഗ്ലോബൽ മൊബിലിറ്റി, ഇന്ന് ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ജോലി ചെയ്ത് നാളെ വിദേശത്ത് എവിടെയെങ്കിലും പോകണമെന്ന് തോന്നിയാൽ തീർച്ചയായും വിദേശത്തേക്ക് പോകുവാൻ സാധിക്കും. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് വേറെ പരീക്ഷകളൊന്നും തന്നെ എഴുതാതെ തന്നെ ഒരു നോബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രൊഫഷൻ നമുക്ക് അച്ചീവ് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കും. US-ലാണെങ്കിലും കാനഡയിലാണെങ്കിലും CPA ക്വാളിഫൈഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകൾ വളരെയധികം ഉയർന്ന സ്റ്റാറ്റസ്, ഫെയിം, സാലറി എല്ലാം ലഭിക്കുന്നവരാണ്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഈ അടുത്ത കാലങ്ങളിൽ ധാരാളം ആളുകൾ CPA എന്നുള്ള കോഴ്സ് ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. തുടക്കത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞു 240% ആണ് ഈ കോഴ്സിന്റെ ജോലി സാധ്യത. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഒരു ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ 2.5 ആണ് ജോലി അവസരങ്ങളുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ ലഭ്യതയേക്കാൾ കൂടുതൽ ആവശ്യമാണ് CPA എന്നുള്ള ക്വാളിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഉള്ളത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ CPA സ്കിൽസ് അക്വയർ ചെയ്താൽ തന്നെ ജോലി നൽകാമെന്നുള്ളതാണ് മിക്ക മൾട്ടിനാഷണൽ കമ്പനീസും ഫിനാൻസ് ആൻഡ് അക്കൗണ്ടിംഗ് മേഖലയിലെ കമ്പനികൾ വാഗ്ദാനം ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നമുക്കറിയാം CA ആണെങ്കിലും ACC ആണെങ്കിലും CMA ആണെങ്കിലും എല്ലാം നമ്മൾ BCom-നോടൊപ്പമാണ് ചെയ്യാറുള്ളത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു കോഴ്സാണ് CPA എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. CPAക്ക് വരെ 4 പേപ്പറുകൾ മാത്രമാണുള്ളത്. മറ്റ് ACC ആണെങ്കിലും ACC ആയാലും മറ്റ് കോഴ്സുകൾക്ക് CAക്ക് ആണെങ്കിലും 14 മുതൽ 16 പേപ്പറുകൾ വരെ ഉള്ളപ്പോൾ ഇത് 3 വർഷം കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നമുക്ക് 4 പേപ്പറുകൾ എഴുതി പൂർത്തീകരിക്കുവാൻ സാധിക്കും. മാത്രമല്ല, ഒരു പേപ്പർ പരാജയപ്പെട്ടാൽ ആ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് സിസ്റ്റം ഇല്ല. ആ പരാജയപ്പെട്ട പേപ്പർ മാത്രം എഴുതിയാൽ മതി. മാത്രമല്ല, എഴുതുന്നതിൽ 85% ആളുകൾ ജയിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ട്രാക്ക് റെക്കോർഡ്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഏറ്റവും പ്രോമിസിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു എമർജിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു കോഴ്സ് സെക്ടറാണ് CPA എന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ യാതൊരു സംശയവുമില്ല. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് മാത്രമല്ല CPA എന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, കൊമേഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇപ്പൊ കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷത്തെ ഡിഗ്രി അഡ്മിഷൻ എടുത്ത് നോക്കിയാൽ ഏറ്റവും അധികം ആളുകൾ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്ന ഡിഗ്രി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് കൊമേഴ്സ് തന്നെയാണ്. കൊമേഴ്സിൽ ഫിനാൻസ് ആൻഡ് ടാക്സേഷൻ തന്നെയാണ്. ഇപ്പോ കൊമേഴ്സിന് അത്രമാത്രം ഒരു സ്വാധീനമുണ്ട്, സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ കൊമേഴ്സിന്റെ ഒപ്പം അഡീഷണൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്കിൽ സെറ്റ്സ് നേടുവാൻ സാധിച്ചാൽ തീർച്ചയായും നമ്മുടെ ജോലി സാധ്യത വളരെ കൂടുതലാണ്. വെറും ബികോം കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കിട്ടുന്ന സാലറി ഒരുപക്ഷെ 15,000 അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 20,000 ആയിരിക്കാം മാക്സിമം കിട്ടാൻ പോകുന്നത്. എന്നാൽ CPA ക്വാളിഫൈ ചെയ്താൽ അത് 70,000 80,000 എന്ന നിലയിലേക്ക് മാറുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥിതിയാണുള്ളത്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ 3 വർഷം വളരെ ബുദ്ധിപരമായി ഉപയോഗിച്ച ഒരു സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ പ്രോഗ്രാം, ഗ്ലോബൽ സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ പ്രോഗ്രാം നേടുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ തീർച്ചയായും നമ്മുടെ 3 വർഷത്തെ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ്, അത് പണമായിട്ടായാലും സമയമായിട്ടായാലും സ്കിൽ അക്വിസിഷൻ ബേസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടായാലും അത് നമുക്ക് നൽകുന്ന നേട്ടം വളരെ വലിയതായിരിക്കും. അതൊരു ലോങ് ടൈമിലുള്ള ഒരു വൈസ് ഡിസിഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും CPA എന്നുള്ള ഡിഗ്രി എന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ യാതൊരു സംശയവുമില്ല. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയമുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ മലയാളത്തിലോ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലോ ചോദിക്കാം, ചാറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ ഇടാം, ഞങ്ങൾ അത് ക്ലാരിഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. പലരും ചോദിക്കാറുള്ള കാര്യമാണ് ബികോം കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ CPA എക്സാമിനേഷൻ എഴുതാൻ സാധിക്കുമോ എന്നുള്ളത്. തീർച്ചയായും സാധിക്കുമെന്നുള്ളതാണ്. നമുക്ക് ബികോമിന് 75% മാർക്ക് വേണം. മാത്രമല്ല നാം പഠിക്കുന്ന ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി NAC അക്രഡിറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ആയിരിക്കണം. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് MG യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ആ ഒരു അക്രഡിറ്റേഷൻ ഉള്ള യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയാണ്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് 75% തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും വാങ്ങാനായിട്ട് ബികോമിൽ സാധിക്കും. അത് രണ്ടും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് CPA എന്നുള്ള എക്സാമിനേഷൻ ബികോം റിസൾട്ട് വന്നാൽ ഉടനെ എഴുതാൻ സാധിക്കും. 12 മാസത്തിനകം പരീക്ഷ എഴുതുവാനായിട്ടും വിജയിക്കുവാനായിട്ടും നമുക്ക് സാധിക്കും എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മുടെ മൈൽസ് എഡ്യൂക്കേഷന്റെ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കുവാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്. കേരളത്തിൽ ആദ്യമായി CPA ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ആവേസ് ലാമേരീസ് കോളേജാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ രാജഗിരി കോളേജും സെന്റ് തെരേസസ് കോളേജും ആരംഭിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കുവാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നു. മാത്രമല്ല ഒട്ടുമിക്ക ഓട്ടോണമസ് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി നമുക്കറിയാം ന്യൂജൻ കോഴ്സുകൾ ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്ന, ഏറ്റവും അപ്ഡേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കോഴ്സ് കണ്ടന്റ് ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻസ് ആണ് ഓട്ടോണമസ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻസ്. കേരളത്തിന് പുറത്ത് ബാംഗ്ലൂരിലും ഹൈദരാബാദിലും ഡൽഹിയിലും എല്ലാം ധാരാളം ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട്സ് ആണ് CPA ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. എന്തെങ്കിലും ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എക്സാമിനെ കുറിച്ചോ ഫീസിനെ കുറിച്ചോ എക്സാം സെന്റേഴ്സിനെ കുറിച്ചോ ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. ഈ കോഴ്സിന്റെ ഫീ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 1.6 lakhs ആണ് കോഴ്സിന്റെ ഫീ. അത് 3 വർഷത്തേക്കുള്ള ഫീസാണ് 1.6 എന്നുള്ളത്. വളരെ എക്കണോമിക്കലായ, വളരെ ഫീസിബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഫീ ഓപ്ഷനാണ് ഇതിനകത്തുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചോദിക്കാം. ഞാൻ വളരെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഓടിച്ച് മാണി പറഞ്ഞ് റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്തത് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചോദിച്ചാൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഈ സമയത്ത് ക്ലാരിഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്നതായിരിക്കും.
Thank you, Dr. Paul sir, for explaining Malayalam for them to make them easy to understand. So there's a student, Arun Kunil, was asked question. There was queries about mode of exams, fees, and exam centers. So the mode of exams will be, it's going to be in online, and the exam centers will be in Kerala, as well as you have the exam centers in Chennai and the important cities. As I said, when you're trying to take up the exam, when you register for the exams, you will be getting the Prometric Center and the list. What all the centers in India where you can take up the exams. As per your convenient, you can take up the exam. And the fee structures, let me just show my screen. Okay, so this is the examination charges. So here the examination charges has been segregated. In order to take up all the 4 exams, your total expenditure will be $3,050. If you just talk about in Indian rupees, as of now, it is somewhere around 2.4. But you don't need to worry about it, because you are going to take up these exams only after graduations, right? So when you are doing it in the after graduation, obviously either you will be doing your higher studies or either you will be working in a good firm, right? When you're working in the good firm, obviously in the most of the big fours or big fives, if you're going to work, the company itself will sponsor to write your take up your exams. So they will give you the sponsors. So most of the MNCs and the top big firms and big companies will be sponsoring to write the CPA exams for the employees. So, but this is for your information, because you should know, right? Because when you're taking up one of the world largest qualification, each and everyone should know what will be the examination charges which I'm going to apply. This fees is up for all the 4 papers together, including the evaluation. because there are a lot of things are there, because evaluation is there, eligibility check will be there, and the credits will be there, and as well as the license. So there are a lot of things is there after when you get graduating. So you'll come to know one by one. So this is including everything for evaluation and your applications fee and examination fee for all the 4 papers. So altogether, it is going to be $3,050, which comes to Indian rupees. I'm just making this today's value 80 rupees. So 80 rupees per dollar into 3,050 will be 2,44,000. Again, I'm repeating you, once you get an opportunity to work in the big firms, obviously they will be sponsoring for your examinations. I hope, Arun, I answered your question. Is anybody else asked any other questions? So again, I'm repeating you, the mode of exams will be online. And the exam centers, you can choose your own, and you can choose your center, which is in Kerala itself. And if you're, for example, if you are in Bangalore, if you want to take up the exams in Bangalore, yes, you can take it up. Thank you, Arun. And anybody else has any other questions? Even it's a simple question also, we are ready to answer all your questions. Anybody ask any more further questions? So we can just wait for another minute or two. Dr. Paul, sir, is there anything else from your side that you want to ask on behalf of that? Yes. Yes, sir. Just a moment, sir. Students, in India, we have qualification, which is highest qualification in India that everybody knows is a CA, Chartered Accountant. And everybody knows this will be awarded by ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and who will be awarding this Indian CA. And if you want to become an Indian CA, apart from your BCom degree, you have to take 16 exams. This 16 exams will be divided into 3 levels. One is the intermediate is the middle one, and the final level will be there, as well as the foundation. Foundation, as you have 2 to 4 papers, and you have intermediate, and you have final. So each has 6 papers. So if you want to become Indian CA, you have to clear all the 16 exams to become a certified Indian CA. Same thing in UK, in United Kingdom, there's awarding body is called ACCA, Association of Certified Chartered Accountant, which is in UK. That is what the abbreviation of ACCA. If you want to become a UK ACCA, you have to take up 14 exams, and you have, again, the different levels will be there. There might be some exceptions will be given to you if you are become a graduate, and it will take 3 to 4 years to complete it. But for the US CPA, there will be no levels or no grade. It will be a direct 4 exams. You have 4 papers, which you can complete it within 3 years. And if you ask me, all the 3 are equivalent, but only difference is for if you're doing Indian CA, if you're going to work in the other countries, where you have to take up some additional exams. But for the US CPA, you are already getting an opportunity in India, plus US CPA will be giving you an additional opportunities where you will be learning on US GAAP. It's not GAP, it's GAAP, Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, and IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. This is the abbreviation. If you want, you can make a note. You're going to learn US GAAP and IFRS, GAAP and IFRS. GAAP is nothing like Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, where you will be learning on the general accounting principles, where you can just able to work on other parts of the country also. And IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. So you might be asking this question, sir, in India, how this will be applicable? As I said, the big firms, which we said, the big fours or big fives or the MNCs. MNCs, what is the meaning? It's a multinational company, right? Which means they are being collaborated with the other countries in the world where they will be doing the outsourcing of the auditing and taxation, right? So obviously, if you learn the US GAAP and IFRS, you don't have to travel for outside India. Within India itself, to work in the top MNCs and top big firms, you will be getting an opportunity. That's the reason me and Sir Dr. Paul sir has used the word. Lot of demands are there to become a certified US CPA to work in India. But the problem is we don't have enough supply. That's the reason now, earlier we have been trained only for the professionals, but now we are doing the training for the students also, because we have to fulfill the supply in the companies which we have in India. As you know, in India, there are most of the companies are multinational companies right now. So that's the reason I'm telling you, this is one of the wonderful opportunity for you where you will be learning BCom with CPA. So I would request each and every one of you to make use of it. Anything else, students? Any other doubts or any other questions that you have? Please feel free to ask. Dr. Palsa, is any other information that you would need?
Thank you, Mani. Thank you very much. We are planning to start our classes by September 1st onwards, and admissions are about to close. All those who are attending the webinar or your friends, you can immediately take the admission. You can call our admission team number. You can visit our website, or you can use the chat bots, or in our WhatsApp group, you will get all the numbers of our admission team. If Linda is available, or Linda or Jinsi, can you just drop your contact numbers in the chat box? Then anyone of you want to contact us, please feel free to contact. We are happy to answer your queries and support in the admission process, online and offline. So next Wednesday also we have another webinar on BCom Data Analytics. കേരളത്തിൽ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് BCom Data Analytics BCom with CPA ഓഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അത് സ്റ്റെല്ല മേരീസ് കോളേജും മൈൽസ് എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനുമാണ്. ഗ്ലോബൽ അക്കൗണ്ടിങ് പ്രൊഫഷണൽസ് ആകുവാനും ഒപ്പം തന്നെ ഫ്യൂച്ചർ സ്കിൽസ് അഷ്വർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഡാറ്റ അനാലിറ്റിക്സ് സ്കിൽസ് നേടുവാനും കാലത്ത് സഞ്ചരിക്കുവാനും ഫ്യൂച്ചർ സേഫ് ആക്കുവാനും ഫ്യൂച്ചർ സെക്യൂർ ചെയ്യുവാനും പറ്റിയ ഒരു ഗോൾഡൻ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റിയാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മാണി പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഒരു വണ്ടർഫുൾ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റിയാണ് CPA എന്നുള്ളത്, ഒപ്പം ഡാറ്റ അനാലിറ്റിക്സ് എന്നുള്ളത്. തീർച്ചയായും ഈ അവസരം പ്രയോജനപ്പെടുത്തുക. നല്ല ഒരു ഫ്യൂച്ചർ സെക്യൂർ ചെയ്യുവാനായിട്ട് ഓരോ കാൻഡിഡേറ്റ്സിനും ഓരോ കുട്ടികൾക്കും സാധിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ വെബിനാറിൽ പങ്കെടുത്ത മിസ്റ്റർ മാണി, then Muhammad Hasif, all the team members from Miles Education and all the students, we wish you all the very best and thank you very much for joining this day. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Dr. Paul sir, and thank you very much, students, for patiently listening to this, because during on weekend Sunday particularly, thank you for all your interest level, and I wish you all the best for your future and careers.